next viral product because let me tell you, Patrick Ta is serving us with Major Skin, a duo of cream foundation and finishing powder that today I will be reviewing, giving you a full day wear test, everything filmed in natural light on dry, sensitive, over 40 experienced skin. A cream foundation and a finishing powder duo in 24 different shades made in the USA cost $52, is available right now at Sephora and Patrick Ta's website. I will be leaving all the details of these products and the rest of my makeup. Absolutely everything will be on the description box below for your convenience, along with the links. And for those who shop through my links, thank you so much. That's a really great way to support my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you don't shop through my links, that's okay too. I'm just so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Honestly, I got very excited when I saw these. I mean, who else but Patrick Ta to do a duo of a cream foundation and a powder? We have seen his idea before with the bronzers and the blushes, which, by the way, if you like Patrick Ta products, I have dedicated reviews to his bronzers, his blushes, like all of the blushes compared on my face side by side. All those reviews are here on my channel, so if you want to go ahead and watch them after you watch this video, you're welcome to do so. But going back to this duo of Major Skin, the foundation is supposed to give you a medium to buildable coverage with a natural finish, while the powder is supposed to give you more of like a satin finish, creating this very natural skin, very ethereal kind of skin. That's kind of the way that Patrick Ta has described these products. Also, they are fragrance-free, phthalate-free, sulfate-free. They are vegan, cruelty-free formulation. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but they are made in the USA. They have a shelf life of 12 months. Now, I think that the 12 months goes more for the foundation than the finishing powder. But, I mean, in general, the shelf life is 12 months. I went ahead and picked up 3 shades, not because I don't think that the shade range is a good shade range. I think it's actually very nice. I mean, there's some for those who have fair skin, light, light medium, medium, tan, deep and rich complexions. I think it's very well spread across the board. I see that there's a lot of yellow, olive, warm undertones, neutral undertones, but I was just so like I didn't know which one to get, because I was looking to the models, but at the same time I was looking to the swatches, and I was like, okay, I don't know, I was uncertain. So anyhow, I pick up 3 different shades. Again, I purchased these myself. I can only wish that one day I will enter to the Patrick Ta PR list, but for right now, all of these I had bought with my own money. And if you're new here, I want to welcome you to my channel, welcome you to the fam. I hope that you will want to subscribe. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. And if you're on Instagram, come and follow me there too, because right there I keep you posted of not only the new makeup beauty releases in general, but also I give you close-up of the products that I'm reviewing and much more. So talking about, if you're new here to my channel, I do film in natural light. So whatever you see right here and whatever you're going to see during this full day work test is going to be in different natural light scenarios. Like for example, here I am in an enclosed room, but then I will take you along the way and you will see me under the sun. And then later on in the evening, you will see me, you know, under everything, again, natural light. So I will give you close-ups. And if you're wondering, my skin tone, foundation matches, all of those details are also on the description box below. I'm on my 4th floor, meaning that I'm over 40 years old, and I do have enlarged pores, fine lines, sunspots. My ideal foundation is not the one that will cover everything. I do have a ton of freckles too. It's just one that will give me a natural finish, that is lightweight, that is not super heavy, that it will not set on the enlarged pores or on the fine lines. I also have very sensitive skin, and I do have dry skin on the perimeters of my face, and then combination skin right here, exactly where I have those pesky enlarged pores. Okay, friends, and this duo foundation and finishing powder cost $52. In terms of product, you get 12 grams of product for the cream, and for the powder, you get 9 grams of product. So pretty generous. Let me get you closer so that way we can start with the swatches, comparisons, and see which of all these shades that I have picked up will work best for me. Okay, let me show you the box. Very cohesive with that entire line of Patrick Ta. Always the same box. And the thing that I like about these boxes too is that inside it does have an insert, like a very hard carton, so that way it kind of ensures that the product will come intact. And usually I haven't had any problems with Patrick Ta duos, whether the powders. I never had a product that came, in million pieces broken. So definitely this is a very sturdy unicorn. In terms of the compact itself, it's very pretty. Again, mirrored, like fingerprint central, same kind of packaging. But now if you're wondering what's the difference in size in terms of like how big it looks, I have right here his cream and powder bronzer. So there you have it. See right there. This is a little bit bigger. And then if you're wondering about the blushes, there you have it. Sorry, you see, this is so disgusting dirty. I know, but oh well, there you have it. Let's start first with the shade Light Medium 2. And I will be posting images on my Instagram too. That way you can see them in person. It has the little window cover. And then it also has the logo with a P and the T for Patrick Ta. I'm just going to use my finger to swatch the foundation first. Okay, that could work, but it's a little bit yellow in tone. The next shade is Light 3, described as a golden neutral. It feels, honestly, it feels very emollient, very creamy. Okay, that's very light for what I'm right now. Usually try to look for a neutral tone. There you go, yeah. And the time that I'm recording this video is summertime, so that's something also that you have to note, that summer months you get a little bit more tan naturally, more bronze. Let's go now with Light Medium 3, which is described as a cool rose. Because I tend to go more with a neutral, but sometimes even rosy tones, they work on me, surprisingly. Okay, let's just take it right here. You see, that could work. Let me just put it right here in the front too, so you can see it against this other shade. Yeah, I think this is gonna be it. There you go, that's Light Medium 3. I'm gonna go with the shade Light Medium 3 and a Sonia G Jumbo Base brush. By the way, this collection also includes, you have to buy it separately, a double-ended brush, one side for applying the foundation and the other side to apply the finishing powder, but I decided to skip on it. Okay, I'm just gonna use a light layer. Yeah, I think this is spot on, a good match for me. And so far, I do agree with the medium coverage. I do have a little bit of redness right here on the front of my cheeks. I'm just gonna apply a little bit more. And usually with a brush, you get a little bit more amount of product. There you have it, with and without. Drag it a little here. Okay, I'm gonna try it on the other side of my face with a beauty sponge. Actually, Patrick Ta suggests to apply this foundation with a brush and then perfect it with a beauty sponge. But in general, I mean, you should be able to do whatever you want with the products. Definitely looks a lot thinner on this side. Just gonna apply a little more. But it's definitely a buildable foundation. It does have a natural finish. Perhaps this side looks just a little bit more, not dewy, but with a little bit more radiance. But it has to do with applying it with a damp sponge. The finish of the foundation is definitely a natural finish with a slight satin hint to it. Charlotte Tilbury Magic Color Corrector, because as you can tell, I have horrible dark under eye circles and I need some color corrector. As I haven't been having a good night of sleep lately, I have been filming, doing a lot of editing, plus my everyday regular job, so I really need more sleep, that's for sure. Going with the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. If you haven't watched my video yet for this new concealer from Charlotte Tilbury, I highly suggest you to do so. I'm going to let it beat for a little and going for my brows, the Patrick Ta Major Brow Defining Pencil. And I'm using it on the shade Medium Brown. Again, all the products will be in the description box below. Patrick Ta Major Brow Lamination Gel. Such a favorite. I'm almost done with this thing. I need to get more. Sonia G Jumbo Concealer. And I'm going to spread this. For bronzer, Patrick Ta She's Sculpted. And I'm just going to use the same brush that I used for the foundation. The foundation doesn't feel that it's set, FYI. I feel like it does still transfer, but it's not completely like balmy or super dewy. Let's go for the setting powder, again from the light medium 3. And I'm going to be using a Wayne Goss airbrush brush. That's how much I picked up. And I'm going to let's set first the enlarged pores. Okay, yeah, there's some blurring effect right here going on. And I'm going to set my under eye area. Ooh, very smoothing. Very smoothing. Now the first 3 ingredients of this powder is talc, mica, and silica. I'm gonna set this area too. Okay, so I'm just gonna set this side of my enlarged pores, and then this side right here I'm just gonna leave it as is, just to see how the foundation works throughout the day. And then I have set my concealer. Going back to the bronzer in She's Sculpt, I'm using the powder side. This is a Sonia G Face Pro brush. And I know you're going to tell me, you haven't set this area, and that's exactly what I want to see. if the foundation really moves, and I haven't set right here either, so let's see. No, the foundation is not moving. That's a really good sign, because we all have our preference on how we like to use our products, if we like to set our foundations or not. There's not real rule. It's a guide, definitely there's some guidelines, but you can break the rules and you do you. For blush, let's use She's Blushing, and I'm only going to use the powder side. And I have right here a Patrick Ta. This is for Phase 1 brush. Very soft, beautiful, and lovely for either bronzer or for applying blush too. I'm very tempted actually to get the dual-ended brush, but I have a ton of brushes, so I had to be like, okay, what do I really need versus what do I really want? I'm gonna skip highlighter because I don't want the highlighter to play the role of like, oh, the foundation is looking extra dewy, or you know what I mean, too reflective or too radiant, etc. I really want for the foundation to shine all by itself so we can really see what's going on. Okay, let me just get going, speed up the process with the eyeshadows, and then I will come back to you and let you know how everything is looking like after I apply the rest of my makeup. Done with my makeup look, and let me just tell you my first impressions on this foundation and setting powder. Honestly, it's looking gorgeous. Do you see like how it looks? It looks so pretty. It's not glowy. It does have this very gorgeous satin finish. Oh my goodness. It's looking beautiful. And the setting powder, it blurred my pores in such a lovely way. Set my under eye area beautifully. This one, I mean, we didn't set right here. The foundation is not creasing. Also, when I applied the bronzer on top of the foundation, it didn't move. It's not patchy. And the shade is really good for what I'm right now. Like my shoulders, my décolleté area. I mean, like everything looks very cohesive, I will say. Yeah, I think the shade, I found the right shade for me. Okay, honestly, this looks beautiful. It feels super, super lightweight. And I still have to say, it's not, it's very thin and it's not balmy. It's not like your typical creamy. When you touch it, when you swatch it, you're gonna feel like, ooh, this is creamy, buttery creamy and kind of concerning. But no, it sets very beautiful. It sets like a regular liquid foundation. That's how it sets. So there's a little bit of transfer, but we will see throughout the day how it goes. Honestly, I'm impressed and I'm loving it so far. So good. And then in terms of oxidation, I have the 3 shades right here. They didn't oxidize. There's no oxidation right here. And I think I read somewhere, or it was during Patrick Ta's announcement on Instagram, that this foundation is actually being formulated with a technology so it doesn't oxidize and that it actually melts and meshes with the skin, and is doing so. Well, and for the fragrance of the day, I'm going to go with Fragrance du Roi Solstice. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this beauty. I have been enjoying so much this fragrance. Is the ideal, is a unisex fragrance to my point of view, but it's a beautiful, fresh fragrance, ideal for this warm weather. My goodness, friends, you have no idea. A huge heat wave is about to come in my area, and I'm just not ready. Oh, and by the way, you don't need a lot of sprays with Fragrance du Bois. It's just such a amazing fragrance. It does have bergamot, mandarin. It also have a little bit of pink pepper that just adds a little bit of that spiciness in it, but it's still a very soft fragrance, very wearable fragrance for morning time, or like I said, summer, springtime is invigorating. Yet it does have some softness because it does have a little bit of vanilla, sandalwood, cardamom. Oh my goodness, this fragrance is incredible, and a little bit of that vetiver in it, but it's such a well done fragrance. I have been in love. Like I said, this is a total unisex fragrance. It's like clean and crisp because it does also have on the top notes apple, and it's not fruity. It's just a very clean, beautiful scent that lasts so well. Love Fragrance du Bois Salties. Such an incredible fragrance, and the bottle is just incredible. Okay, my friends, I'm gonna go out and about for my day. It's fairly early in the morning. We're talking, it is a little bit past 9 o'clock. I will give you a couple check-ins throughout the day, so stay tuned. Alright, friends, I just finished eating. It has passed about 6 hours since I applied this foundation, and honestly, looking so good. And I had been outside, and outside is hot. I went to pick up my daughter, did some stuff. As you can tell, it looks luminous on this area that I didn't powder, but the powder is really working pretty good on this area right here, in this area where I have applied it. The rest looks radiant, but not glowy, not greasy. Yeah, and the shade, I think the shade is spot on. Okay, friends, very close to the 10-hour mark for these final check-ins and final thoughts about this new Patrick Ta foundation powder duo. I had to go to pick up my children and had to go also to the urgent care. Don't worry, nothing really bad happened. Just one of my daughters, seems like she just split one of her toes, and yeah, she's fine. She's fine. She will be okay in a couple days, I'm sure, hopefully. But I had to put also a mask. And after that, I'm like, okay, well, that's gonna be a really try on because you know how it is to be with the mask on and breathing under it. And it has been hot today too. And right now it has passed, we're almost at the 10-hour mark. So I think I'm ready to give you my final thoughts right here. Wow, if I'm impressed with this foundation, wow. Simply wow. Okay, let's talk about my driest area on my face. And I think you can tell this area right here looks a little bit more luminous, and this one looks more matte because this is the driest part of my face. It looks very natural. It's not settling on those fine lines you see right there. Look at that. You see, it's silky. It's super, super silky. Now, I do not have dry patches. I just have a little bit of texture right here on this side and on this side right here, and it's not grabbing everywhere. Now on my smile lines, I don't have like very, like divots on my smile lines, but they are there. And again, it's not setting, neither on this part that I didn't apply any type of primer or powder, or on this part right here. Is looking fairly nice. Remember, I do have kind of like combination skin right here, dry on the perimeters of my face. It's actually not even wearing off, which I'm super impressed. I feel like it looks pretty much the same way as when I applied it in the morning. I mean, like, honestly, it's not cracking, not fading in different places. It actually even made the rest of my products, my bronzer, my blush, kind of like stay in place. Do you see, like, I still have some of my blush, some of my bronzer. It's there. It seems like the foundation also kind of like helped it just to stay. And with all that being said, it's a very comfortable foundation. I don't feel as I have any makeup, zero makeup at all and whatsoever. At all. Now, be reminded that when I applied this foundation, I remember it had passed about perhaps 30 minutes or a little bit less than that since I apply all my skincare. And for my skincare, I use like from essence to serums to my moisturizer. So my skincare in the morning is not perhaps as intense as what I do at night, but it's nice and rich. And then after that, I go with my SPF. The SPF that I use today is the one that I have been using, pretty much all the summer, or half of the summer, I should say, is the CHANTECAILLE Ultra Sun Protection Sunscreen SPF 45. This is the one that I have been using, and this one is lightweight. It does give some hydration to your skin. It's not gonna leave you dewy or give you like extra moisture, but just count on that. But I mean, hello, for so many hours of wear to still look like this, I'm so impressed. Even on this area right here where I didn't apply any primer, there's no powder except right here. And talking about the powder, I think it did an incredible job to blur the imperfections and the large pores on this area, and to set the concealer. The concealer has increased. Now I do have some wear right here, and it must be because wearing the sunglasses too. Also, the concealer itself, it has worn off just a little, but again, the powder is not that matte dry powder. It's truly a natural powder that it looks so beautiful. And I don't say it very often. There's just very few products here in my collection that I feel that they make my skin look like of a porcelain doll, like very natural and just like super silky. Both the foundation and the powder make me look like such. It makes my skin look natural to its best. Like I said, kind of like a porcelain doll. I'm just so impressed. And the beautiful thing too is that because it comes in this compact, it's perfect for touch-ups or on the go, like for traveling too. There's not much mess. I mean, like everything is compact and precise. And as far as the pricing goes, looking on Sephora's website to other just foundations themselves. I remember, I think there's one from Laura Mercier. This product comes, the foundation alone is 12 grams. I think the Laura Mercier was 9 grams and it ran for $50. I think that Good Apple or some other ones, they were already on the $40 and they were like 10 grams of product. Here you're paying 52 and you're getting 12 grams of product for foundation in addition to the powder. And the powder is not skimpy. I mean, we're talking about a good size, 9 grams, which is the same amount that you get here on this new Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish Setting Powder. And this one was like $33. So, I mean, the difference, honestly, is minimal. You're getting two amazing products for $52. I know it may seem a little bit high, but if you do a little bit of the math and you check alike products, if you buy two of those products, you're already going to be over at least the $80, $100, who knows, for being high end. Now, going back to the setting powder, the description says that it's a translucent setting powder. It does have color. I think it's translucent in terms of like it will match your skin as much as it will match the foundation. I mean, like finding the perfect color match for your foundation, it will make the rest match, and therefore it will seem to be translucent, but I don't feel it is translucent because it does have some pigment. It really does. It absolutely does. I mean, it's there. And then when you start blending it, you can feel it. It's a little bit even bouncy. It's very interesting. I cannot pinpoint another kind of pressed powder that I have on my collection that it is like this. Perhaps a little bit alike to the Charlotte Tilbury, the other powder, I don't remember that name, the airbrush powder, flawless powder, whatever powder, but this perhaps is a little bit thicker, not heavier though, but a little bit thicker. Overall, I'm fascinated with this product. Okay, my friends, and this makes it for this video. I would love to know from you. Are you planning to pick up the major skin product from Patrick Ta? Have you already picked it up? Have you already tried it? How are you liking it? Let's just continue the conversation on the comment section down below. While you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. Come and follow me on my Instagram, and then with the same handle at Hey Jackeline, come and follow me on my TikTok. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share with family and friends. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.